Hello, today I will be talking about movie review number 1120. This is Ocean's 11. Ocean's 11. This is a 2001 movie directed by Steven Soderbergh. Soderbergh. Steven Soderbergh. This is from Warner Bros. Pictures and Village Roadshow Pictures. And I saw this movie on September 15th, 2024 at CMX Liberty Luxury 15 in Cinebistro in Liberty Township, Ohio. So, this is the first movie in the Ocean's trilogy that stars actors like George Clooney, Brad Pitt, Matt Damon, and more. So, Danny Ocean is a man of action. Less than 24 hours into his parole from a New Jersey penitentiary, the charismatic thief is already rolling out his next plan. He follows three rules. He does not hurt anybody, he does not steal from anyone who doesn't deserve it, and he plays the game like you have got nothing to lose. With those in mind, Danny was to orchestrate the most sophisticated, elaborate casino heist in history, targeting three establishments owned by the man who is also dating his ex-wife. But to pull this off, he needs a team. A team where at the end it will be filled with 11 people. That's why the movie is called Ocean's 11, because there are 11 main people that are part of this heist. George Clooney is the leader. He plays Danny Ocean in the movie. Bernie Mac portrays Frank Catton, who is a con man who Danny recruits as part of this team. Brad Pitt portrays Robert, a rusty Ryan, who happens to be one of Danny's friends, who's also part of this team. Elliot Gould portrays Ruben Titchkoff. He is a former casino owner who happens to be a friend of Danny's who helps out with this heist. Casey Affleck portrays Virgil Malloy, who is a mechanic, who's another member of this team. Scott Caan portrays Tut Malloy. He is another mechanic and is also Virgil's brother. And during the movie, Virgil and Tut kind of argue a little bit. That even makes Matt Damon's character like, I don't want to be here at all. Speaking of which, Matt Damon portrays Linus Caldwell. He is a pickpocket who aids Danny and the other members in this heist. Eddie Jamison portrays Livingston Dell. He is an electronics and surveillance expert who helps Danny Ocean with this heist. Don Cheadle portrays Bashar Tall. He is an explosive expert, and he definitely brings out the action regarding the explosions in this movie. Quinn Shawabo portrays the amazing Yen, who is an acrobat, who also helps Danny Ocean with this heist. And finally, Carl Reiner portrays Saul Broom. He is an elderly con man who is also part of this team. So those are the 11 people. But the other people that we also see in this movie, Andy Garcia portrays Terry Benedict. He is the owner of the casinos that Danny Ocean and his team are trying to rob. And Julia Roberts portrays Tess Ocean, who happens to be Danny's ex-wife and also the girlfriend of Terry. Uh-oh. And I will say that Terry doesn't know at first that Tess was with Danny at one point. But of course, Danny went to jail. Danny and Tess got a divorce. But Danny kind of wants her back. And he does not want her to be around with Terry. So the heist is not just about stealing the money, which, by the way, I believe it came about over $160 million if they pull this off, but also try to get back Tess from Terry. Now, Danny Ocean and his team knows that doing this will be almost impossible to achieve. But with the right equipment and the right skills and the right team members, they might be able to pull this off. But the question is, if Tess finds out about any of this, Will she side with Danny or Terry? I thought it was a pretty good movie. Now, I remember seeing this movie before Ocean's 8, which came out in 2018, which was a spin off of the trilogy. Um, I did see Ocean's 12, not 13 though, but I would like to see it at some point. Now, I have heard from both George Clooney and Brad Pitt, and I think a little bit. I don't know Matt Damon, but have heard from George Clooney and Brad Pitt, and maybe Steven Soderbergh that they might want to come back for Ocean's 14. Now, unfortunately, if this was the case, not all the members would come back, like Bernie Mac, who unfortunately died in 2008. I thought there was another member who also died. I'm not completely sure though. So it would be interesting to see how and if they did do an Ocean's 14 on what they would do. But like I said, there was an Ocean's 11, 12, and 13. So it would be neat to see Ocean's 12 and 13 in theaters if I got the chance. But I'm really glad I got to see Ocean's 11 in theaters. It was really neat to see it, and I definitely recommend it. So that's my movie review of Ocean's 11. Please enjoy this movie review. Alright, goodbye.